Good morning students, welcome back. This is second video presentation of chapter 2 values and data types. In the previous lecture I have explained Java character set, tokens, types of tokens and variables. Today I'll explain data types and type conversion. So let's start. What is a data type? Data type are means to identify the type of data and associated operations of handling it. Okay, so data type basically refers to as the type of data a memory location can hold whenever we need to store a value. The respective data type must be mentioned so that the system may structure the memory location for its proper storage. Okay, so now you already know about the variables and the constants or literals. Okay, variables are the named memory location where we can hold the data. So what type of data you want to going to store in a variable, the type should be the same. So if we want to store the integer constant, then the data type must be of integer type. And if you want to store the floating point number, the fractional number, then the type must be a fractional type, the real type. Okay, so here we will discuss about the data types. Okay, now Java data types are of two types: primitive or intrinsic data type, and second is reference data type. Primitive data types are the basic or fundamental data types used to declare a variable. Okay, so Java provides 8 primitive data types: byte, short, int, long, float, double char and boolean. And the reference data type are constructed from primitive data type. These are classes, arrays and interface. But the storage mechanism is different from primitive data type. A reference data type is used to store the memory address of an object. These data types generally store the memory address of a class or an array. The variable storing memory addresses are known as reference variable, and the data type is known as a reference data type. Okay, so see, non-primitive data type: classes, interface and arrays. These things will explained in details in further chapters. So for today just leave it and come to the next topic. Next type is here. Let's talk about the primitive data type in detail. Okay, so primitive data type are basic data types or fundamental data types that may be used to create other larger part. Okay, Java supports following 4 types of primitive data types: numeric integral primitive type, fractional primitive type, character primitive type and boolean primitive type. Okay, first numeric data type. So primitive data type are the basic or fundamental data types and having these 4 categories. First one is numeric data type. The numeric data type are used to declare variable that can store numbers based on the type of value that can be stored in a variable. The numeric data type is classified into the following 2 types: integer type and real type. Integer type: a variable declared under this type contains an integer literal. They are further categorized as byte. It is used to store integer data type up to 8 bytes. Short, it is small range of integer up to 16 bits. Int, it is used for storing integer up to 32 bits. And long, it is used for storing large integer up to 64 bits. Okay, now next is of real type. A variable declared under this type contain floating point data, that is the fractional number including a decimal point. These are categorized as float and double. Float represent a fractional number with a small range up to 32 bits, and double represent a fractional number with wide range value up to 64 bits. Okay. You can see the second category of primitive type is non-numeric. Non-numeric data type do not deal with numbers, rather they are used to declare a character or a set of characters. They can be classified into following two categories: character type and Boolean type. So character type, a variable is declared to be a character type when it holds a character literal, that is a single letter or digit or a special symbol enclosed within single quotes. Next is Boolean type. Boolean literal are true or false. To store a Boolean literal, the variable must be declared Boolean. Okay. So now you already know about the constant, types of constants. So I think you all are clear with all the type. Integer will hold integer number, floating point will hold floating numbers, character char type will hold character literals, and Boolean type will hold Boolean literals. Alright. Now let's see the size and range of data type. Now this is the right chart. Okay, here you can see the size and chart of the size and range of different data types. So they are all the primitive data type size and ranges are given. Byte, 8-bit and byte both sizes are given. So 8 bits byte range is given, and default value of all integer is 0, and default value of all fractional, which is float and double, is 0.0, and default value of char is null, and the default value of Boolean is false. Okay, the sizes are byte 8 bits, short 16 bits, int 32 bits, long 64 bits, float 32 bits, double 64 bits, char 16 bits, and Boolean uses 1 bit. Okay, and you can see the size ranges is also given here. The exponent size is given for, also given is for float and double. So easy to learn. Now here you can see the example of integer type and floating type, all are given here. So let's take one example. So int n equals to 345. So if you want to declare, if you are declaring an variable, you know the variable are the named memory location where we can hold the data. So here n is a variable. So n is of integer type. That means now n will occupy 32 bits in a computer memory. You already according to the chart given, 32 bits for integer, so it will occupy 32 bits. So this is the difference between all the data type given. Okay, so now come to the, this is all about the data types, sizes and range, all are given, and default value is also. So data types are done. Now come to the next topic, which is type conversion. So what is a type conversion? Okay, type conversion, the process of converting one predefined type into another is called type conversion. Okay, now that means conversion of one predefined data type to another is termed as type conversion. Okay, there are two ways of data type conversion. First is implicit type conversion, second is explicit type conversion. So let's talk about the implicit type conversion. Here is implicit type conversion. So in a mixed expression, the type conversion takes place automatically into the highermost type of data available in the expression without intervention of the user. This system of type conversion is known as implicit type conversion or coercion. So the implicit type conversion, whenever data type are promoted, is known as coercion. Okay, so you can see hierarchy of data type. the least priority is byte, higher is double. Okay, so the type hierarchy is show indicate the increasing order of data type. If two data of different types are operated, then result is automatically gets converted to their higher type. Okay, let's take an example. A is of int type, B is of long type, and C is also of long type. Why? Because A integer type, B long type, and you can see the hierarchy: int least priority and long having higher priority than int. So automatically C will be returned, the data type of C should be long. Automatically it converted to the long type. So implicit is a type conversion which converted without user intervention automatically. And the second type of type conversion is explicit type conversion, also termed as type casting. So it is another type of data conversion in which the data type of the result in a mixed mode expression gets converted into a specific type as per user's choice. The choice of data type must be written within braces before the expression. The explicit type data conversion is also known as type casting. You can see the example here. A is of int type, B is float, and C is of char type. Okay, that means A, B and C are different types of data. The result should implicitly be in highermost float type, but the user demands the result in char type, which is a lower type among all the data type. Hence, the system is forced to provide a char type result using type casting. So type casting or explicit type conversion is forceful conversion. User can convert any expression to their desired type by using this method. Okay, so this is all about the type conversion and types of type conversion. Now I am going to give you an assignment which contains several questions related to the chapter. So just go through the chapter and solve all the questions on your notebook, which will check when school will reopen. Okay, so here is the assignment. You can see all the questions here. PDF file is also given, and you see the second page, first page of assignment and the second page of assignment. Try to solve these questions. Number 13, predict the return data type in the following expression. So return 10, the question asks about the what will be the return type of the variable r here. Okay, so P is of int type, Q is of double type, then R must be of the P plus Q expression must be of higher type, which is double, so R will be of double type. Okay, so this is the question related to the type conversion. Okay, so when it is automatic conversion, it is implicit, return type will be of higher type, and if it is forceful conversion, that means the expression some desired type is given in braces before the expression, that will be the explicit type, and return type will be the desired type. Okay, so this is all about today. Now thank you, stay blessed and stay safe. Thank you.